Space is one of the most fascinating topics that humans have been exploring for centuries. But have you ever wondered why space, despite being home to the scorching sun, is still incredibly cold? In this video, we'll delve into the science behind why space is cold even though the sun is warm. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the first to see our latest videos. The concept of space is something that's difficult to wrap our heads around. It's vast, infinite, and shrouded in mystery. Many things in space can be difficult to understand, and the temperature is no exception. But before we dive into the details, let's start with some basic facts about space. What is space? Space is the vast expanse beyond the Earth's atmosphere, where there is no air or other matter. It's essentially a vacuum, which means it's empty, and there's nothing there. The closest object to us is the Moon, which is about 238,855 miles away from the Earth. The rest of space is filled with stars, planets, asteroids, and other objects that are millions of miles away. What is temperature? Temperature is a measure of the average kinetic energy of the molecules in a substance. When molecules move faster, the temperature increases, and when they move slower, the temperature decreases. For example, when water is heated, its molecules move faster, and the temperature increases. Similarly, when water is cooled, its molecules move slower, and the temperature decreases. Why is space cold? Space is cold because it's a vacuum. A vacuum is essentially a space with no matter, and hence there are no molecules or particles to absorb or retain heat. Heat can only be transferred through conduction, convection, or radiation. In space, there is no conduction or convection, and hence the only way heat can be transferred is through radiation. But, what is radiation? Radiation is a process by which energy is emitted in the form of waves or particles. The sun emits radiation in the form of electromagnetic waves, which travel through space and reach the Earth. These waves are responsible for warming the Earth and making it habitable for life. However, the same radiation that warms the Earth can't warm space. This is because radiation needs matter to interact with. In the Earth's atmosphere, the radiation from the sun interacts with the molecules in the air, which then transfer the heat to the surrounding molecules. This process is called conduction, and it's what keeps the Earth warm. But in space, there are no molecules for the radiation to interact with, and hence it can't transfer the heat. This is why space is cold. But if space is cold, then why is the sun warm? The sun is warm because it's a star, and stars generate their heat through a process called nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is the process by which two atomic nuclei combine to form a heavier nucleus, releasing a large amount of energy in the process. The energy released during nuclear fusion is what makes the sun hot. The sun emits radiation in all directions, and some of this radiation reaches the Earth. However, the radiation that reaches the Earth is only a tiny fraction of the total radiation emitted by the sun. Most of the radiation emitted by the sun is absorbed by the atmosphere or reflected back into space. Understanding the temperature of space. Now that we have a basic understanding of why space is cold in the temperature, let's talk about the actual temperature of space. Space isn't completely empty. It's filled with gas and dust, but the density of this gas and dust is extremely low. About 1 atom per cc. This makes space a very good insulator, which means that heat can't easily escape from an object in space. This is why spacecraft need to have special cooling systems to prevent their instruments from overheating. That's it, we've reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, you're one of the best people out there. Before you go, make sure to give us a like to let us know you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions that pop into your head in the middle of the night, feel free to leave them in the comments below so we can answer them for you.